hyperchromatic, marked pleomorphism, have the cells presenting with different sizing.
I'll make it to
Yeah, we can talk about assignal research and the cells being polar and sometimes arranged in 3D clusters. These are criteria that qualify cells for malignancy. Sometimes cells occur singly. The feature hyperchromatic, large nucleus, scanty cytoplasm, although a single cell is still malignant. And of course, we have some cells that appear in BBB pattern, bigger, biggest. You see them aligned side by side, and it's malignancy too. It's a very important criteria. When cells cluster, it's a sign of malignancy. 3D arrangements, for example, you have adenocarcinoma, whether 2D or 3D. Sometimes the cells are in those clusters, keratinized, and sometimes non-keratinized. But the fact that they are pleomorphic and dark, hyperchromatic, will qualify them for malignancy. So these are very important criteria. Then the nucleus and the chromatin will be granular coarse, will be clumpy. So those are very important criteria for malignancy. Just walking you through them one by one, very simple stuff. Now you should know cells you are expected to see in normal cervical smear. Cells like superficial cells, you should be able to describe them, polygonal in shape, pigmented nucleus, the abundant cytoplasm, which is fully mature, keratinized. Intermediate cells, they are polygonal in shape too. But we have a granular chromatin, and the nucleus is larger than what you see in superficial cells. Navicular cells are seen in pregnant women, especially the third trimester of pregnancy. They are always laden with glycogen. They have extensive cytoplasm, and the nucleus is pushed to the periphery, to the corner, because the cytoplasm has been occupied with glycogen. Parabasal cell, the normal cell, they are round to oval in shape with vesicular nuclei. The sub cells, the cells you find too, cyanophilic, round to oval. You should be able to describe them. They are arranged in syncytial pattern that is irregularly arranged. You see the way they are arranged, irregular. These are the sub cells, they are normal cells. You want to describe them more, it will be arranged in single pattern over in sheets. Pseudosyncytium, often irregular, polygonal around the skin. The size is small, shrinking. Size is small. They look like basal cell. Finely vacuolated, but their borders are the cytoplasm is scanty and poorly defined. So the nucleus of the sub cell fairly high, LC ratio. We have some indentation for hoops, like the polar knot. Chromatin is finely granular with occasional chromosomes, nuclei may be present and occasionally prominent. Just be able to say a few things about reserve cells. Then endocervical cells. Reserve cell, endocervical reserve cell, I need to say. Ovate to around a small in size, nucleus is dark, so you can see on the screen hyperchromatic, scanty cytoplasm, which is vesicular, cyanophilic in color, and arranged irregularly or institution-like by appearance. So when you list this normal, say in normal cytology, 2B. Then endocervical cells, they are columnar glandular cells arranged in sheets or honeycomb manner. The said that you find them in honeycomb or the same gas tubular. They are tall columnar cells, and their nuclei are always peripheral. The cytoplasm is rich in glycogen. So see, endocervical cells. Don't forget that. Endocervical cells. Stellar reaction. This is a hypersecretory endocervical cell. So don't be confused when you see that. It's a hypersecretory endocervical cell. They are vacuolated, and the cytoplasm is extensive, as you can see on this illustration. Highly vacuolated, and the nucleus is hyperchromatic, and the cells present the different sizes and shape, but they are not malignant, but they are same pregnancy. Don't forget that, please. Endometrial cells. That's in the around to oval plus group of cells, clusters of cells, respect, arrangement, or a signer. It consists usually of inner endometrial stromal cells and outer endometrial cells. Cells are of same size with nuclei adjacent intermediate cells. That's how you describe it. You should be able to describe it when you list the cells. That shows that you really understand and you know them. Endometrial stromal cells. They are small cells the size of intermediate cells, and they vary in shape, but not in size of salt and pepper chromatin. Salt and pepper is the same thing as glassy appearance. Salt and pepper chromatin, glassy. So endometrial stromal cells. You can see the glassy appearance. Ball-like groupings. They are commonly seen in follicular phase of the female menstrual cycle, particularly the 1 to 5. Exodus. Don't forget this. Clusters of endometrial cells. Same between the 6 and 9 of the female menstrual cycle. Consists of inner layers of endometrial stromal cells and outer endometrial epithelial cells. Consider the contour. External contour. These are exodus. And normal self but no cytology. For women who didn't listen to instruction and they still have sex before sampling, you find spermatozoa. Find spermatozoa over the long tail, hence there's no cause of alarm. Just to be identified. Lactobacilli, normal commensal, the female genitals, small rod-shaped bacilli. Lysis, epithelial cells, cytoplasm. So when they are here in abundance, manipulate the pH of these vaginal microenvironment. And progressively, we are going to eat up all the cells we have caused cytolysis. Okay. Don't forget, it's just revision. Bar body, to be able to describe bar bodies as inactivated condensed chromosomes that occur female to silence one of the chromosomes in the female. Is present to indicate the silence X chromosomes. Hence, is to identify female sex. Usually, in practice, bar body count is done to have sufficient number, percentage of the bar body that qualifies as a female or male in clinical settings. This is what you find: bar bodies, appendage, nuclear appendage, in cells, lactobal centers. How to collect the specimen? I know that already. How to do an oral spray from the buccal cavity within the iris spatula. Of course, you smear it on plain grease slide. Fix immediately in a 30%. So why should we collect buccal smear or investigate for bar body? Is to determine the sex when an individual has ambiguous genitalia. Some cases we have patients presenting with Felter's syndrome, typical male, but the genitalia is pointing to female. Turner syndrome, 5 veil, typically female, but showing genitalia of female. Only superwoman, excess sex. Bar body is always a pointer to the right sex. For further investigation, so what are the screening techniques? This is very important. Different screening techniques that will be used for demonstrating bar body. Perceived fast violet method, HRE, abstain. Should be able to list methods you can use to demonstrate bar body. Acetylcysteine, same method, perceived fast violet. And acetylcysteine, perceived acetyl.
Listen, you can't take everything. You take it one by one.
Which ones? Okay. The cytology of osteocycle, the menstrual cycle, you should be able to courageously narrate or describe the different phases cytologically. So the menstrual phase characterized by blood, debris, polymorphs, always a very dirty environment. That's why you shouldn't collect specimen when the woman is menstruating. Going to go to confusion, you can't see much. You only be seeing blood, debris, polymorphs, because that phase is characterized by wastages. Luteal phase. This is an evidence of estrogen activity, predominantly superficial cells. So you can go ahead and describe the superficial cell. During ovulation, what you have is still estrogen effect, but at its peak. So you still have predominantly superficial cells. Secretory phase, cytology. This is
hello,
phase. You have.
Sorry to interrupt you. Please increase your audio level.
I don't think he's about to increase. He's echoing the something. I don't know.
It's actually not the word.
Are you still hearing me?
I can hear you, but there's
we can hear you, sir. It's just maybe you are a bit far from your device. I think that's why the background noise is coming in. Is either it's far from the device or possibly it's using an earpiece.
I hope there's no echo, really.
This is very, very crucial.
It is just that maybe you are far from your device, or maybe you are using an earpiece, sir.
What's the problem, really? Is my voice echoing?
Yes, like maybe you are alone in,
Yes, sir.
in space, like
Yes.
another space. Yes, sir.
All right.
The slide is not changing compared.
Okay, so this so this is the wrong place.
You are breaking, sir.
More the shell cells.
It's even worse now. Okay. I'm not hearing me again at all.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's continue. Just release the machine. Couple balls. It's like the very crystalline bodies. Always like as folks. It's also found in pregnancy. Okay. With part cytology. contraction. Attention parameter and of
Last
course, this is the prolactin phase. Don't forget that I spoke about the protein phase for just now, but lactation is peculiarly prolactin phase. Prolactin predominates, so and neutralizes the effect of estrogen and progesterone. The cells you see fine are predominantly basal, immature cells, immature. And early menopause, you can have some superficial cells and few intermediate cells. Menopause. Mid-menopause, you have few intermediate cells and scanty superficial cells. Very, very short tips is enough. Late menopause, parabasal cell predominates. At this stage, no estrogen, no progesterone. It's purely atrophic smell. Atrophic. Okay, then you should be able to talk about the perpendicular staining technique. Multiple staining technique using exfoliative psychology principle. Should be able to talk about it. And the stains used E15, G6, and hematoxylin. Each has its peculiar purpose. E15, 56 stains superficial cells, don't forget this, very important. Light green stains intermediate cells. And of course, OG6 stains keratinized cells. This is very important when you are talking about perpendicular staining technique. Hematoxylin is purposely meant to demonstrate the nucleus. Okay, then you should be able to state the technique and the results. Nuclear purple blue, eosinophilic cells blue green, eosinophilic cells red or pink. Then you have RBCs orange red. All right, that's it. Just a revision to help you narrow your mind as you prepare for the exam. I think MLS 411 will be Thursday or so. So you can ask me any question if you have. But these are simple stuff, really. Okay, comment, questions? Before I wish you well. Okay, so I'm very, very clear that you understand everything you are supposed to do. So I wish you best of luck in your exams.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
a great day. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Do we have any? Okay, I think there's no question, or do we have anything we want to ask?
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very simple stuff.
Concerning the assignment, sir,
Okay,
the email to submit the assignment.
just send it to your class rep. Knows what to do.
Right, sir. Okay, sir.
Ẹ̀yin ẹ̀ máa wọnú ṣùkú kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́ náà.